Miller is in the scene, and I've got great news for all of you. Windows XP is back. So for modern hardware, no longer will you need to use Windows 10 or 11 in order to get the Windows XP experience, or the Windows experience in general, anymore. Hopefully no more needing to sit through updates that are mandatory. Because I hope that this new Windows XP that somebody found through a hack, I hope it's still unsupported. Like the Windows XP has been since 2014. So, that PC I built, that I said I'd unbox. I already unboxed, unfortunately, but it could use Windows XP instead of Windows 7. But I'm not even sure if it would boot to Windows 7, given it has a Zen 3 processor. Anyway, Windows XP is back, and I'm excited. It's called Windows Experience. That's what XP is short for. And obviously, this has to be the 64-bit version of the professional version of Windows XP, because all the other versions only support 4 gigabytes of RAM. Anyway, hopefully there will be more than 128 gigs of support. But the next thing I wanted to talk about is the computer company Parallell. Because so many people have thought about knocking off Apple as a company, but nobody has thought of doing the same for Dell. I don't know why. No TV shows have ever knocked off Dell as a company. Dell is just as great of a company as Apple is. Well, actually, they're better, because Apple is uninnovative, but Dell is cursed by Windows 10 and Windows 11. But their strategies are innovative, except for the laptops that they recently made. Anyway, one of my favorite Parallell laptops I'm going to get made. No, not going to manufacture is the Transpiron Mini 10 series. The cheapest one should cost $149. Should come with an 8-core 16-core Zen 4C processor and an RX 740, which is basically a rebranded RX 7600 Radeon GPU, along with 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of solid-state storage, and an A620 chipset. And it will have a 10.1 inch Ultra HD display, and DVD CD combo drive for an optical drive, 4 expansion slots for PCIe, maybe 2, 3, or 4, I think, M.2 slots. And then I need to go through this more quickly because there's a lot of more models. Actually, there's way too many models that Parallell makes. And then like 5 bays for expansion. And the same ports that a regular AM4 or AM5 motherboard has, along with Wi-Fi 6E. That's what it'll have, is Wi-Fi 6E, and a massive battery. Its case will be 5 inches thick, and basically use the same styling of the case as the Dell Inspiron Mini 10. There are other brands of laptops and desktops like the Office Plex and the Longitude, Voltro, Studio, EPS, Procision, the V series, and I already said Transpiron was the one that knocks off Inspiron, and then Lunarware for Alienware, and then a Grande knocks off the Dama brand that they used to have. And of course there are other ones that combine EPS with other brands. The prices should remain low though, given how inexpensive you can manufacture components for when they're built from scratch. Like a Sempron desktop or laptop with 16 gigs of RAM should cost $249. One with 8 gigabytes of 128-bit graphics. And then, in addition, 1 terabyte of SSD storage on one of those. Whereas the mid-range one would come with 32 gigs of RAM, Ryzen 5, a B series board, 192-bit graphics or 256-bit graphics of 12 or 16 gigs, and 2 terabytes of SSD storage. Now, one thing to note is that all models of all products come with an optical drive. Then the high end, like the EPS series, would come with 64 gigs of RAM, 4 terabytes of SSD storage. I was getting confused with mechanical hard drives. So yeah, 4 terabytes. Ryzen 9 processor. 16 cores. GPU with 320 bits of VRAM, or 352 or 384, from 20 to 24 gigs. And X series board with the E at the end. And of course all models will come with Wi-Fi 6E. What am I missing there? Oh, I'm not missing anything on that last one. Then there are of course the tablets like the Genu series of tablets. Which are a knockoff of the Venue series that Dell really should have considered making. But when Dell discontinued the Venue, they made such a stupid, pathetic excuse for doing that, saying technology is advancing when that means, but what tablets are you going to sell, Dell? I mean, all we have is the rugged 12 tablet, nothing else. So what's that point of discontinuing the Venue series if it's the only tablets you make? That's just so stupid. And I know it's 7 years ago, but now you have no tablets to sell. You could have at least replaced it with another type of tablet, another brand. And from my childhood, there's this like personal digital assistant Dell made. Whatever happened to that? Like PDAs. I guess smartphones took over. But there's going to be all sorts of models of computers made by Parallell that resemble Dell computers.